anyways, back to your beginning. When you first came to L.A., you were working at the studios.
Yeah, working for Electro Asylum Records.
And you were mixing already or engineering?
No,
or?
I was just kind of...
Studio boy.
Yep, studio boy.
Waters and...
everything and everything.
Clean the toilets and the whole deal.
No. We had everything else, but we had... But yeah, no, we did a lot of stuff. It was between myself and Jeffers Dodge.
Right.
And I don't know what's occurred to him over the years. I've been trying to track him down for years, no fail.
So from the studio, I mean, then you made some contacts in L.A. and then you started working for some bands, or how did that?
Actually, it was no, I did not quite work that way. I came in with a band. We blew up as a band. I went to work for not King Crimson, Supertramp.
Really? On which tour did you do Supertramp?
I got called to do the second breakfast.
Wow.
The one they canceled.
Oh, no, so you get the job and then it's
okay.
over.
No, but they had another one. They had Krista Berg.
Oh, right.
So I went off and did that for about a year.
Then that was Harry then.
And then that was Harry for Harry and I.
And you were mixing monitors?
Yep.
Back then?
And he was doing drums.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was an engineer from day one. Harry Andronis we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So everybody knows. We talk because we've been having these talks and have been
over
around
all the
these
years.
people for a lot of years. So,
yep.
But Harry Andronis, and he was a great mixer and,
yep.
you know, a great loss to all of us. But, you know, we're carrying on the legacy.
Oh, sure. You know, I mean, after that, then it was, I did Linda Ronstadt, Warren Zevon. Then I went to work for Krista Berg. And then when I got off that, I went and jumped on Zappa.
Right.
And that was just...
Which were some big shoes to fill there.
That was the shit. That was really the shit. It was everything for me. It was everything. You know, there's not a lot. The man had everything that you wanted to work with. You could try any type of microphone on any type of input, use things, do things, try things. If that didn't work, next.
Wow.
Doesn't mean that it wasn't bad. It was just wrong for that situation.
Right. But I can only imagine. And, you know, the guy was, you know, he was just so, you know, I mean, thorough, you know, and brilliant.
Absolutely. You know, there was a lot of goofiness that went on working for that man. But he was the most blessed guy. He really was. It just, there was so much to go with and so much material and so much different stuff. And
every sound check was another lot of songs every day, right? You were learning songs on the fly. But you had musicians like Bozio and Vi. I mean, you worked with when those guys were in the band, right?
Bozio was not in the band when I started. It was Chad Wackerman.
Right.
Scott Tunis, Bobby Martin, Ray White, and Aquilas.
That was the first tour?
No, we weren't done yet.
Yeah, right. And that Vi came along at some point.
Oh, but Vi was in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in that first one. But no Mike Neely. You know, it took a while before the Fowler brothers got in. That was an 88 session.
And Albert Wing. Our friend Albert.
Absolutely. You know, so it's just... It came from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
and then talk about guitar tones then. I mean, Frank, I think, you know, from the years you've told me about Frank's, you know, and I only got to see it from the end when I went through all the Joe's Garage Gear and inventoried all of Frank's stuff. And I got to see the pedal boards and the remnants of the racks with the cards plugged in and all that. But I mean, he at one point had part of a PA as a rig, didn't he? Or the Tycho Bray cabinets or something.
Yeah. Yeah. We got rid of that after 1981.
But when we stepped on the button, it was like when he did a lead.
Oh, no, not after. Well, we changed his guitar rigs around a lot. We did a lot.
The crew guys, or just, I mean, did Frank want to do that, or was for the better of the show?
He was trying to change up the show and change up what he had in the beginning when he first started, way before I came there with the Tycho Bray, was just, one big Masso sound. Okay, so let's take these PA cabinets with all these different types of speakers that went to one side of PA. The other one went to another side, and we still had the other aux mix. So that when Frank went down, everything went. And everything went on.
Wow.
So when I started for him, it wasn't much of that. You know, we'd kind of gotten away from that, and we started up doing different things, and we did different, and everything worked. You know, it was just his patience, what he came to listen for, and that's where we went.
And all the guitars, you know, like with the SG with all the switches and all the electronics, that was already there and in place, and
absolutely.
It's mind-boggling, you know. And I only got to use the Marshalls, you know, from us recording. You know, I mean, years later, and I came in the picture. You got me in there. So back to the beginning with Frank, you know, with Frank's rigs. I mean, there was a lot of effects going on. Yeah.
There were, and the best guy who ever mixed him didn't use that many effects.
Right.
There was far too much being eluded on the effects. There was so much, and I understand he wanted it, but he also realized that, no, I don't want this stuff, and all of a sudden we were just doing straight.
Really?
Yeah.
More straight up guitar sound. Is that when, was he using the Marshalls then, or?
Oh, yeah.
The
Marshalls,
Watts.
and oh, hell yeah, and the oh God, everything. You know, a little, I got to think what they are.
Pig nose.
No.
He used a pig nose in the studio, I know.
No, but he had the little 12. Little single 12 with an open back.
The Mesa Boogie.
No.
He had some Mesa Boogies
Oh,
as
I
well,
know
like
he
the
had
same
those
ones
too.
Carlos Santana was using.
No, these were just open. They were just another cab and another.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was just a cab and
Wow.
drive two heads and away you went.
Wow.
And that's how we got all the delay sounds.
Really?
And so pumping those way up in monitors is what really had to be there at that moment, because that's what needed to be for the drum loop.
Right.
And everything else was all over the place.
So his wedges were cranking with lots of guitar?
No.
Really?
They were just on.
Really?
Uh-huh. We had stuff stacked across in the rigs and, you know, in the sides, and let's get we put them on the sides. Nope, that didn't work. Put them down, put them behind. There we go.
Wow.
And we were done real quick, you know, with that one. And it was a lot of fun.
Right. It was a great crew, too. I mean, Harry was there, of course.
That was the last year. That was
he did 88.
He did 88. There was Bob Stone there. You came along. You did well.
Right.
Okay. Now, we had Mark Pinsky after that.
Right.
We actually had to... We did a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff done and got a lot of stuff set up. And worked quite well for us. Let's put it that way. And
at that time, was Dave Dondorf, was he out there as the tech
David
then?
Dondorf was on the 88 tour only. Before that was, who's the one in Nashville?
Midget.
No, not Midget. No, sorry. Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh.
Davey Moore.
Davey Moore was a tech.
Davey Moore was the front of house engineer for Frank for years.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So yeah, that was where that went. And that was good. And I mean, I had a lot of competition with him in a sense. It was fine. Didn't bother me one iota.
So, you know, the battle in the old days was, you know, the battle from the monitor engineer versus the front of house guy.
Yeah.
You know, because it got so loud on stage. The guitar players wanted, and they were guitar bands. You know, there was really not too much of dancing girls, and you know.
Yeah, there was.
Well, yeah, so, Robert Palmer. He had some dancing girls, didn't he?
Oh, of course he did.
Not to mention, we forgot that you did Robert Palmer.
Yeah, oh well.
And that was on one of the big hits then.
Oh yeah, that was on the Addicted.
Yeah, that was big. So, at that time.
And I'd worked with the band for 2.5 years. I went all over. I just went from one to the next, and
Some other great tones, the band. Oh, man.
I listen to their stuff, and it's amazing.
That's crazy. You know, they were the backup band for Dylan. You know, I mean, there's some basement tapes floating around and have been for a while.
I know.
I got to tell you, I listen to that stuff, you know, up on Cripple Creek. And, of course, that strikes home. We're both Colorado guys, so.
Yeah, but you know what? I hated that song in Colorado. I hated that song.
Well, you know, I used to live in Colorado Springs, so we'd go up to Cripple Creek. And, before there was a road to get there, you know, not by covered wagon, mind you, but, you know, there was a road, but it was a dirt road through a blown-out piece of the old gold mine road. Listen, man, I really want to thank you a lot for doing this today, and we have to head off as usual with all my guests. We got to get to dinner. We got no time to keep talking.
Okay.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.